so you can stay in touch. So our next guest, our second guest today, which I'm extremely excited about this. I really am. I'm trying to contain myself. He's a comedian, writer, and filmographer. Amassed over 50,000 Instagram followers and has just under 70,000 Facebook likes. Worked with Hardy Books legend Owen Colgan, MMA. He did a video with John Kavanagh, which is absolutely hilarious. You got to check it out. And recently gained attention from politicians, Irish politicians, Mary Lou McDonald and Leo Varadkar, in a series of hilarious Twitter exchanges. So he's one of my personal favorite comedians, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have him on the show. So let's see if we have him there. Well, how's it going?
What's crack, man? Right
What's
there, just fixed.
There we go. We got you nicely. Absolutely
Start.
brilliant, man. Perfect, man. Dude, it's an absolute pleasure to have you right in front of me here under these weird and unfortunate circumstances. But it's
Oh
absolutely
no,
awesome that we get to chat like this and get you on the show. Thanks so much. How are you keeping, man?
not bad. Yourself, all good. Yeah, just
Yeah,
plugging away. Just the
that's
usual,
that's
same
it.
as yourself, probably.
Yeah, that's it. Just trying to just keep doing things under a little bit of a different environment, but
Yeah,
you just got to keep doing. And I'm sure you as a creator as well, kind of like I've noticed. Have you been working much more recently? I've noticed you putting out a little bit more content.
yeah. I've just been like putting out loads of stuff. Sorry, I'm just fixing the stuff around here.
No worries,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, do your thing.
I've just been just whacking out the content, man. Yeah, pretty much just kind of focusing on my energy to that while we're on lockdown and just kind of putting out as much as possible.
Amazing, man. And like dude, I'm actually a huge fan since, and I've already said this to the guys. I don't know if you heard, but since that very first series of videos, which were, I think it was on YouTube, you sort of started a little bit of Facebook kind of images and things like that, and
Yeah, yeah,
a couple of videos, right? And it was the Star Wars one, and then you on the back of the bus.
yeah,
I'm sure you had stuff before that I might have missed. But when I saw
yeah.
that stuff, I was like, this guy has something unique. Like there was definitely something original about you that I was just drawn to, and I was hooked, man. And I wasn't getting enough of it. I was like, when's Darren going to release more videos? When's there more content and stuff like that? What was like sort of like what got you motivated to kind of start pushing out more content and get more creative? What kind of was there a moment that kind of made you kind of pop things
Like,
out more?
like now, like during the pandemic, or
Just
just like
before, I guess, yeah, because
just
your
before. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, your Instagram's been absolutely blowing up. So was it just joining
Yeah,
Instagram and doing the shorter videos, or?
yeah, like I would have, as you said, posted them kind of comedy sketches to YouTube and Facebook, and like for years it was going well, that way it was getting good hits and stuff like that. But
Mm,
the reach on Facebook kind of died in the latter years, and I was just like, I always had Instagram there and Twitter and stuff, but I never really used them. It was more just like, oh, there's a photo I'll take of a pole or something,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
just whatever, like, and yeah, just generic stuff. And then I just started kind of putting the stuff from Facebook onto Instagram, and then that kind of like spiraled from there. But then I started using Instagram as my main thing and posting from Instagram to Facebook,
Mm,
and then from Instagram to Twitter. So it was just kind of just happened at the right time. I just kind of
mm,
morphed it all together and mapped it out what I was going to do. Like,
mm. And it's all like a natural progression, right? So I guess you just had a natural instinct to want to make videos like this, right? There was no,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's just a natural kind of instinct to do. Like I'd say it's just like going to a job, isn't it? Just
Mm,
the regular. And yeah, I just love doing it, so I just kept going.
mm. And you work as well as a barman part time, or did before this pandemic, or was that?
Yeah, I still work there. I'm just laid off the moment due to the pandemic, but
Mm,
I don't know whether to go back or not because I'm doing a good bit now, and
mm.
this has been a blessing in disguise for me.
Yeah.
With the whole, as bad as the circumstances are, like
Mm.
it's been good
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
crazy. Yeah, because you got that. It was really the Mary McDonald tweets and the Leo Rita. Is that kind of what sort of escalated things for you recently, or?
Yeah, well, it's been going very strong on Twitter,
Mm,
so the numbers have been like gradually building, and I think that's just the what came from it with the whole Leo thing and the
mm.
Mary Lou
I
McDonald.
can't believe
She's
that.
been
That was brilliant. I didn't believe it when you posted that.
why I know, like, it looks photoshopped, like it's something that you'd say, right, that is definitely photoshopped.
Yeah.
But yeah, as real as day, man. Crazy.
How did you feel? Like, what was going through your head, man, when you saw that on your phone? Like,
So I didn't see it till after an hour because I turned notifications off for Twitter and Instagram and stuff because yeah, don't want to be kind of, you're doing your own thing as well at the time, like.
mm,
And I looked at it an hour later and I was like, oh, why didn't I see this earlier? This is insane. Like, just Leo Varadkar.
that's it, absolutely crazy. I'm delighted for you, man. Because how many years? Like, it's like 4 years. You're kind of you've started, right? Wasn't it about 2016? Maybe you started putting out early
I
content.
started the earliest I can remember dating back is probably 2013
Mm-hmm.
is when maybe 2016 is when you would have seen the kind of the bus one and then other stuff like that.
Mm,
But there was ones back in 2013 where it would have been when the page or the reach was on like very small numbers, but I
mm.
was still doing it no matter how many people were watching.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just a constant thing of just plugging away, you know.
Yeah, it seems to be like really genuinely what you love doing, and you're just doing it for the love of it. And maybe you started without any intention, but you just have to do it, right, to live. Your life wouldn't probably be normal,
Yeah,
if you weren't releasing these videos,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
amazing. That's absolutely amazing. What's been like the kind of most I was gonna ask you like what's been the most like what the fuck situation, but I'm assuming it's the Leo Varadkar Twitter thing, right? That's been kind of the most like what um
Yeah,
in
that
your
that would be
career.
definitely one of them. One of
Mm.
them would be that. Yeah. Trying to think now. There's been kind of shades of them moments throughout the past year where I'm like, why are they commenting? That's crazy. Like, you know that way.
Mm.
But like the thing with John Cabinet that I'd done as well, like the sketch was
Yeah.
just that was just next level for me. I just couldn't believe I got that opportunity. You know that way.
Yeah.
From doing all that online and then like getting that opportunity was great. That's one of them with that kind of what the fuck moments. And then there's loads, man. There's a lot.
How did you get the John Kavanagh? Did you approach him or did he approach you?
I posted a video on Twitter saying I do the MMA now. And it was basically just like some lad saying, yeah, I do the MMA, you know
I
what
think I've
I
seen
mean?
that, yeah.
So, yeah, man. So I posted that and I just tagged him under saying, if this gets one like, can I come to SBG and do a masterclass in MMA? And then he said, yeah. So it just
Brilliant.
happened then.
That's amazing, man. That is because I see you do that as well. You were doing like with the Lucasade, wasn't it? And you were like, watch me drink
Yeah,
a bottle
yeah.
of Lucasade. And then I was looking forward to that event. That event never happened.
I,
Uh,
I was just looking. I was just looking for some branded deals.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and it's a great way to do it, though, isn't it? Like, to sort of because everybody, I'm sure, like they're getting sick of with these spams and things like that. But you're not doing it in a spam way, right? You're doing it in sort of like you are sort of getting people's attention. You're actually giving them a benefit by giving
Yeah,
them your fans attention to that or whatever. But
I,
it,
I I stopped doing that because there's just no. It's just like free promotion, really, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, well, it's turned. The tables have turned now, right? So now you're promoting them. So yeah, I guess it must be crazy though, like that evolution though over the years. And like, so you were working as well with Owen Colgan, right? I thought that
Yeah.
video was brilliant. The exchanges are doing in Stevens Green, and how did that come
I
about as well?
I've been talking to Owen a few years now.
Mm,
Just kind of the odd time back and forward or whatever, and appreciating each other's stuff and whatever. But Owen's a legend, man. Owen's always
yeah,
down for the crack, like
yeah,
myself. So we're just kind of meet in the middle and do some sketches sometimes. But I'd like to work with him more when
yeah.
this is all over.
Yous
He's
are a good
definitely
team.
it's a strange mix, Dublin and Mayo, isn't it? But it meets together like a nice sandwich.
Yeah, yeah, it really does. I love that awkward hug. That thing you were doing there. I thought that was brilliant. That made the
Oh
video for me,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
So how like do people like because you're obviously get a lot of weird people because you're watching a lot of people watching you now. Like, do people like think that you're like legit in some of your characters? Do they think these characters are like genuine? Because you're exaggerating, obviously, parts and characters.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I do think that people actually think that I am that person.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but not all the time. But regarding the kind of Sinn Féin stuff I was posting, like saying Sinn Féin will get you a gaff, Lucas said, Mars the lights and all. People were commenting like as if I was sort of a politician in a sense. Obviously not knowing that I'm not a politician, but it was just, it felt like they were kind of trying to drag me into a political kind of situation, whereas I'm like, hey, relax, it's just a joke, you know, that way. But yeah, I'm just a normal bloke, man, at the end of the day, and just post away, you know, that kind of way.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you're just having fun, man, and spreading something that comes naturally to you, right? And you'll just grab onto any idea and just go with it, right? So
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I guess people will always want to sort of push that kind of some sort of an agenda, especially to somebody that has a voice to a good few people. Maybe they want to pull something out of you, but fair play to you for standing your ground and not getting into that.
Oh no, shy away from that stuff.
Yeah. What's there's loads of questions I'd love to ask you. I don't know. I don't want to be boring you too much by just
Fire
grilling
away.
you, man.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine.
And I do want. I'll play a video as well. I'll play one of your I love the Corona ones you're doing. The virus ones you're doing there recently are great. So there was one recent one I really enjoyed. So what's like? Do you have any like? Have you ever thought of like had those moments of giving up or doubting yourself, and how did you overcome that, man? For people that are kind of wanting to take the same path as yourself.
Yeah, I've been through loads of them moments where you're just, especially when I was doing it on Facebook, there was like people like saying, "Oh, I love your work and all," and I'm pulling points in the public, you know, that way. So that can kind of be daunting as well, because you have all these videos out there and stuff like that, but there's no real opportunities at the end of it. So I kind of didn't know if it was worth doing, do you know, that way? Because as I said, there was no opportunities. It seemed like a bottomless kind of thing, and I just kept plugging away. It's just literally in the last year I've been very lucky with everything and how everything shaped out. But I suppose like once you keep going, it just goes to show you that you do get there in the end, no matter how long it takes. It could be 5, 10, 15 years, but I think you'll get there once you keep going at it.
And I guess
that's not to say, that's not to say I'm there, like, but it's better than it was 6 years ago, that way.
Yeah. I mean, exponentially it does grow, and the more time you stick at something, you're going to start seeing these sort of moments of clarity, right? That will kind of remind you and go, wait a minute, this might actually, and that this might lead to something, and then you push again ahead, and then you mightn't see anything then for a bit, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere. So it kind of comes out, it comes out unexpectedly, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it just happens. Yeah.
Do you have any advice for like comedians or people like that? Other than, I suppose you gave a little bit of advice there, is just kind of to keep going. But is there anything else, like any kind of tips?
Yeah, more of the same. Just I always say that if you have ideas, not to shy away from them, and just be yourself and do it. I wouldn't necessarily like copy off something that's already been done, but like just stay true to yourself. I think that's a thing that I used to do years ago. I wouldn't copy off something, but I'd kind of say like, what do the people want, that way? And that was kind of taken away from what I want. So I think it's when you just kind of find that balance of what the people want and what you want, and how you meet that in the middle, and just go for it and be yourself, that way. I think that's the most main thing, and stick to it. So
yeah, you said that in your last video, actually, one of your recent ones, isn't it? Like when you're in the gaff, be yourself. So you did actually mention that
there is a meaning behind that.
Yeah. So I picked up on that. Is there any kind of videos you're just like, I'm sure it happens a lot, right? Because you post out so much stuff and you're just like, oh fuck's sake, do you cringe at yourself ever? And like, not that I wouldn't notice, I think it's all absolutely brilliant, but is it for yourself? Like
sometimes, like say when I was on Facebook years ago, it's post a video kind of just in the midst of whatever. There wouldn't be really a thought pattern of how I'm going to do it and what it's going to be about. It would be just a random thing. And then I come across it like a year later and I'm like, why did I say that? It's not that way. That's not even funny in the way I think I should have done it. It's nothing like what I do now, that way. So there is them moments where you kind of go, I can see why people wouldn't like that. That way.
Yeah. Just want to say to our viewers, we're with Darren Conway, if you hadn't realised already or recognised him. I just want to give a shout out to Reza Rashidi, Rob Cunningham, Anna Kozak, Dimitri D, Tracy Moore, Paul MC, and Rebecca. Guys, what is the up? Thanks for tuning in. I'm here with the fantastic and hilarious Darren Conway, and I'm just grilling him. I'm just asking question upon question, and he's giving me the answers that I want to hear. So, if you guys have any questions or anything to ask Darren, do give us a shout. I might be able to fit in a question or two.
Of course, yeah.
What's is there any videos that you were or anything, any ideas that you came to your head? This might be such a stupid question, man, but like I play a bit of
No,
music
fire
and
away,
I
fire away.
I do you ever like think like this is genius? I'm a genius. This is so good. Do you ever have to like, and which video would that have been? And you can be modest doing that because I know you're modest,
Yeah,
man. You know.
yeah, yeah. Well, I wouldn't be like ever blow my own trumpet when I do something. It'd take a lot for me to laugh at myself.
Hmm.
But there is times where you kind of say, that's really good. I know that someone they're gonna like that, you know that way.
Mm,
And it's important to be proud of your work as well. So
absolutely.
if you have a project, like it's important to be proud of that. Like there's no it's not strange to like your own stuff,
Mm,
but not I wouldn't sit there like and say like laugh as much as maybe a fan would or whoever watches them.
mm,
But I would find the humor part and I say if I not sometimes if I laugh I know it's good, you know that way,
yeah. Yeah.
and then I say yeah I'm posting it. If I laughed it's good, do you know that
Yeah.
way?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, because I'd see like in a couple of videos you kind of trying to hide the laugh while you're
Yeah,
filming. So even when like you were with John Kavanagh in the ring and you just walk into the ring like this,
yeah.
and then you're like, all right, or whatever. And I think there was a little smile coming along and you were just able to hide it so well to just keep the flow going.
That
So
happens.
is that
Yeah.
just you like literally inside you're breaking your shit laughing at just the situation basically, is it?
That's just me inside saying, "Holy shit, I'm in the octagon with John Kavanagh. What am I doing here?" And then just gonna snap out, but just stay in character. And then
That's
that's that
so
smile. That's that smile in between. There.
That's brilliant. What's like? Do you have any aspirations like to get into acting and things like that? As in like on a sort of film or TV show sort of basis?
Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah, that'd be amazing. That's what I'm working towards, you know.
Hmm.
But whether it happens or not, I can't really decide that. So I'm just gonna carry on what I'm doing, and hopefully something kicks off.
Mm.
I'm just enjoying it. I'm just enjoying it, man. You know.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely seem to be, man, which is the most important thing. And we have a mutual friend as well, Martin Eastwood. Is
He he's my agent,
he's your
but not
agent?
me. Oh, he's not my official agent, but he sends emails for me. He's a legend.
He is a legend, man. Yeah, no, that's great.
He,
So he put me in touch with you, and so thanks to him, we're having this interview as well. Um,
Marto is a
yeah,
god of monks, man.
he is a god of monks, men. Yeah, absolutely.
Monk amongst our monks, man.
Many
He's a god of
monks.
he's a god of monks.
There he is. That's it. I hope he's tuning in. He's gonna come on to the show. I think next week or the week after, or because I do it on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I'd love to have a chat with him because he's such a high achiever, isn't he? He's amazing.
He's done so well for himself,
Yeah.
and that's all because he's self motivated and just knows what he wants, and he just
Mm.
gets there in the end. And it's I always take inspiration from him when he does something. It's just incredible.
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, do you get any advice from Martin now and then, or do you ever ask him for things like as in any bits of advice?
Uh, Not really advice. We just kind of talk on voice chat and stuff. And when this wasn't happening, we meet up for a coffee and whatever else. But
Mm,
he'd always pick me up and say, "You're doing really well. This is it and all, and
mm,
you're well on your way and blah blah blah." And I fully believe it because that man wouldn't lie to me.
yeah,
Another way, he's 100%.
yeah. He's got an amazing positive attitude, but he backs it up with hard work as well. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
just talking. He's an action driven man, and
yeah.
he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. So I'm looking forward to having a chat with him as well, and getting to know him. What's any live gigs planned after this? I know I mentioned before, like I was saying, oh, because I do events, so I'd love to
Yeah,
I'd
I
love to
was
throw you in
talking to
there.
you before about that.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, I definitely do. Like, I want to get out and do some kind of live shows. Writing at the moment, so
mm,
I always go back to that thing whether it's so easy to do videos and stuff, and
mm.
much harder to do online or not online. What I'm saying, live
The live stuff,
shows.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but it is there. Like I want to do it, so I
Mm.
will do something that I want to do. You know that way.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. I mean, the online stuff's going so well, like the video stuff. I mean, I guess there's no rush. It's kind of whenever you feel sort of ready for it, right?
Yeah,
Because you're gonna
yeah.
get a lot of people at that live gig, so you wanna make sure you
Make
have it
sure
all.
it's make sure it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
don't want to just go in there and just be like,
stand on stage,
hey,
drink a Lucasade bottle, and you know what? People would still fucking love that, man. They love that character that you have. You know, just that vibe that you give off as well. Is just
yeah.
it's just genuine and great. You know, it's fun. You know.
Cheers, man.
So who's kind of? I'm gonna let you go in a couple of minutes, man. I
Yeah,
wanted
no,
to
take your time. Don't
take my
rush
time.
yourself at all.
Okay, let's chill. I'll go to the Jacks now and I'll come back.
I'm just
What?
gonna make something to eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna
All
put
right,
on
and I'm
some.
gonna.
What's what? Because I remember you giving Tony Cantwell a shout out once. In you were doing a video on the back garden. You wanted to work with him. Do you still wanna? You still looking forward to working with him, or because you haven't worked with him yet, right? Um.
uh, yeah, man. I love his stuff. Always
Mm,
have. I think he's so funny, man.
yeah.
Like in my opinion, the best in Dublin
Mm,
or wherever. Just in his genre, he's so good. But yeah, man, I've always said I'd love to work with him. I've never been in contact with him about it though. But you never know. Maybe,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. He's awesome, man. He's up there as well. With yourself, in my opinion. I see his boat in very high regard in the comedic world. And I got to see him live, and it was only a short 15 minute, or it was like, yeah, it was like 10 minute even. Like, uh, it was at the Whelan's Cherry Comedy or something like that. They used to do that upstairs,
Yeah,
and it was a great show, man. And he's just brilliant. Like, just his persona as well is just
yeah.
so, it's ridiculously fantastic, and he portrays himself
It is
so,
exceptional. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, with gusto. And I mean, his videos are just redonks, man. The whole like TG Cockrock and Radio Telefiche Anal, like that, all that stuff is just, I just thought that was
yeah. It's just
genius. Yeah,
it's stuff. It's stuff you shouldn't say, but it's the best stuff that you
yeah,
should say because
exactly.
it's just so good.
Yeah, yeah. There's still taste in that. You know what I mean? It's not just shouting out loads of silly things. Like there's thought putting into it. Like
Yeah,
for
definitely.
sure, for sure. What's like the biggest lesson you've taken from doing like your videos? I'm sure like okay, we've kind of touched on something similar, like you know that
Yeah.
be yourself and all that stuff. But when you're doing videos, like what's kind of something that you learned about yourself watching yourself back as a person?
Um,
You don't have to answer that, by the way, if it's too like weird.
that's a hard one, but
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't
mm,
really know that one.
that's cool.
What have I learned? I've learned to maybe keep at it.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, same as the kind of other stuff I was saying,
Hmm.
but yeah,
That's great. That just means I'm running out of questions, man. That's all that means.
that's all right. So
Listen,
so
yeah.
how are you?
Oh,
How are
geez, you're
you
gonna
anyway?
turn this on me now. Fuck.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Nah, just kidding. I don't give a fuck about you, man.
I
Oh,
care about you, man. I care
Jesus,
about you.
bless you, brother. Listen, I'd love to do like a collaboration or something with you. Do
Of
something
course.
absolutely
We were supposed
ridiculous.
to do something before, remember?
The Rockstar Karaoke live video,
Uh,
yeah. And honestly, I'm always down for doing some just silly stuff, like whatever it is, you know what I mean? So I'd love to, now that we have like this, we have a connection now through this. It's awesome. Now I can, whenever the time is right. But I'd say you're going to be super busy now. Once this is all over, I think everyone's going to be super busy, isn't it? Especially
yeah.
in the music industry and in the comedy video, and like it's gonna explode. I think, people are gonna really need to leave the gaff, after this,
Yeah.
and they're gonna
I
be out
think
and about.
most people probably will be so used to being inside they won't leave.
You think so? Yeah, it could go both ways, couldn't it? Actually,
Yeah.
yeah. Jesus, get like allergic to the sun or something like that.
Literally like vampires.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great, man. Listen, I'm gonna let you go there. I'm gonna leave the guys with there's actually two videos I picked. There's actually four, but I'm gonna try and play maybe two videos of you.
Yeah.
One from your recent sort of Facebook collection. How many videos did you do in quarantine so far? Actually, have you counted how many you've sort of done in the past
I
6 weeks?
I ha I haven't counted, man.
Mm.
I've just kept posting. I haven't posted in like a week and a half. I recorded a sketch yesterday. It took me 11 hours to record and edit,
Wow.
but it's for Paddy Power.
Okay.
So there's a little plug for you,
There you
a
go,
little
Paddy Power. So
sneak peek.
it's a commercial, yeah, for them.
just a sketch, man, just for their online.
Excellent.
Whether they hopefully they post it now, but I'm sure they
That's
will.
amazing. That's
Took,
great.
took
11 hours.
serious going. Like I was kind of focusing on that the past week. So
What's the longest? Like, is that the longest you've committed to a video?
yeah, because I knew it was for someone else, that way, and
Mm, mm,
it's different when it's just for you. You're
yeah.
just yeah, you know.
Do majority, since we're on this thing, do majority of the videos, do they just do one take and you're grand, or it differs?
Yeah, majority of videos on Instagram would just be kind of just one take. But
Mm,
then if I didn't like a bit, I'd just take that out and re-record it and
mm.
then go again. So
It's great because
yeah,
you've a really good camera now, don't you? You've like a DSLR, isn't it, that you film with? One
yeah.
of those
I have
proper.
a Canon there, HD.
Excellent. HD man.
Yeah, 4K next.
No, yeah. See, I got my HD as well. Just there, literally arrived yesterday. So I don't know if you can really. Yeah, it's okay. It's a little better. It's the 1080p. It's not.
Yeah, that's the job, man.
It does the job. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything else you want to plug or say? Can you leave us with something?
Um, that's it. I plugged the PP thing,
You plug the
and
PP.
probably shouldn't have because now they probably won't post it. But I'll post it anyway if they don't. So
Dude, don't
yeah,
worry. No,
that's it.
nobody's
Yeah.
watching this anyway, so don't worry. No, we're grand. I'm still early days. I'm you 6 years ago, so.
No, you're me now. You're on the same level, man.
Yeah. Awesome, brother. Listen, thanks so much for taking the time, Darren
No worries.
Conway. Everybody, thanks for tuning in, and I'm going to leave you with a video by him as well. Listen, have a great time in quarantine, and keep working hard, man. I'm absolutely
You
loving the
too.
content, and it's been a pleasure chatting to you, brother. I'll chat to you really soon. All right.
Thanks a million. I'll see you after, man. Right.
Take it easy, brother. Bye bye. Okay. So that was Darren Conway, everybody, our second guest. What an absolute gentleman. What an absolute deadly guy. It was my first time properly having a chat with him. We've run into each other before, actually just before Christmas in the Wild Duck at his Christmas party, I believe it was. And I was praising his work because I think it's just absolutely fantastic. I've been following his stuff for so long. So yeah, guys, post in the comments. Thanks for watching. Ashto McCrunchables, good to see you watching, brother. Elga Fox, good to see you watching. Hope you're keeping well. Dara Lynch once again. Kevin Power, Mick Joyce, Daniel Phelan. What's the story? Rob Cunningham, listening to this in the hearse. Great stuff, man. Rob works for a funeral company. He's not the victim. Marina Markushevi, I might be pronouncing that incorrectly, but welcome, guys. Do say hello. We've got a lovely, healthy 16 viewers. I hope you've enjoyed that interview with Darren Conway. I absolutely admire him so much. I think he's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to play a video by him. We're going to see which one I can get up here. I'm going to play one of his recent ones, and then I'll see if I can fit in a... I'm just going to wait for my browser to load. So yeah, let's see. There we go. So yeah, let me know what you thought about that conversation. And we have two more guests that are going to join us as well. We've got Rebecca Cappuccini, who's going to be up next, and we're going to chat about the Waterford music scene. And we're just going to casually chat music in general and sort of, touch on sort of a bit of aspirational, motivational stuff as well. I like to touch on that and seeing what sort of makes people do the things that they do, which is really, it's always been a fascinating thing for me. So let's see if I can get this up. So here's a recent one by Darren Conway. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Are you looking after your family? If your nanny's out the back garden doing the fucking gardening, go out and say to her, you're doing a good job. Keep going. If your partner is doing a bit in the house, a bit of painting, go over to them, make sure you say, are doing a fantastic job. Make sure you relax. You don't want to be doing all the work. You relax. See you relax. Just be yourself. Enjoy yourself. Watch a couple of films. Watch a few films. Don't worry about anyone else. You don't do fuck all. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. And if someone around the house does this, my back is killing me, you wouldn't be able to give us a hand upstairs with this, would you? Fuck off, how about that? And if the dog is acting the bollocks, tell him to stop. Let him piss on the floor. Someone else is gonna clean it. You. Are you doing enough? I'm such a fucking mess.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Darren Conway, and that was one of his recent videos, which you can find on his Facebook and of course his Instagram as well. So I'm going to play one more. It's a little bit, it was one released last year, which I think is absolutely absolutely hilarious. I hope you don't mind me playing a bit of an older one here, Darren. It's one you released last year. It's Mad Billy from the Road. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, young fella.
What story, alright?
Yeah, did you ever smoke the Rowleys? I played and loved them, but my fingers are gone pure yellow. I'm from the flats, I am originally. Do you remember the flats there?
I think I was like 10 when the flats got knocked down. I can't really remember it much.
I used to be on the top floor of the flats. See, when they knocked them down, I went down with them. Have this scar, wait you see this? Look at that bleeding.
Will you go away, you're as mad as an ashtray full of smokes?
Yeah, see her over there? That's a proper Ballymun board.
You don't look too good, mate.
You don't mind if I ask you a quick question there?
No.
What sexuality are you?
All right, so that's Darren Conway once again, and that was a bit of an older video from last year, 2019. Yeah, he cracks me up, honestly. Like it's absolutely hilarious. So I do wish him the best, and he's pumping out a lot of content during the quarantine. So if you're looking for a laugh, definitely head over to his page.